It's Frank Della, Femina for Hallmark Realtors, and let's talk about price. More specifically, how it's not always about the price. In this current seller's market, sellers are seeing tons and tons of offers coming their way. In fact, the average home on the market is seeing anywhere between 4 to 5 offers in less than a week, which is absolutely insane. But when considering which of the 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 is the most competing offer to accept for your home, there's no doubt price is going to play a role. After all, if one offer is $10,000 higher than another offer and so on, that's an enticing difference that puts thousands of extra dollars in your pocket. However, price isn't the only thing that you need to consider when comparing multiple offers. There are other factors you should consider too. For example, you'll need to think about the impact of any conditions that are in the offer that you're receiving. If offer number 1 is conditional on the buyer selling their current home, then what happens if they don't? Now, obviously in this market, anyone looking to sell a home most likely will, but do you want to be the one to wait and kind of hang on and then see what happens to their listing, which in turn will see what happens to your listing? That's something to consider for sure. You could ultimately end up with an offer that dies, be forced to list your home again, and now your home is back on the market for a prolonged period of time, and every buyer is going to look at that as, is this a discounted home? Was there something wrong with it? Why did it fall through? A lot of assumptions are just kind of made by buyers when they see a home has been on the market for a prolonged period of time. Now, I'm not saying that you should default to accepting the lowest offer, but you need to consider some of the criteria involved. There's also financing to consider. Most sellers will attach a certificate from their mortgage lender to show that they can afford the home and will likely secure financing with little or no difficulty. If you get an offer where the ability of the buyer to get financing is in doubt, that's a red flag. If you're not happy about the amount that's being used as a down payment, you can always ask the agent if that person's qualified, why they're only putting X percentage down. More often than not, buyers are putting a smaller percentage down because it allows them to stay cash liquid moving into their new home. Maybe they want to buy new furniture, maybe they want to remodel a room, put in a new kitchen, put in new floors. There's a lot to consider, and with mortgage rates so low, it allows them to kind of free up their own cash for those decisions after they move in. And let's not forget the closing date, which is of course another important factor. One offer might propose a closing date that's perfect for you, gives you the time to pack up your stuff and get out and work perfectly fine with them. Maybe they don't have a contingency, so that might afford you a little bit more time. But maybe offer number 1, they're trying to sell their house and it could be 4 weeks, 5 weeks longer than you would like. Now you're holding onto your home. Perhaps you're looking to rent out a place or move into another place. It kind of becomes this complicated process of 1 + 1 = 3 sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that, but the cost and the additional hassle are factors that you need to consider. So as you can see, assessing competing offers isn't really as easy as it looks, but you know what? I can help you along the way and help you pick the strongest one that works best for you. Every seller is different, every buyer is different. There's no one size fits all in this industry. And of course, if you want a free estimate on your home's value, click the link below or shoot me an email, frank@hallmarkrealtors.com.